construction sectors. So I was one of the first. This is why I started I went to already. I'm not be there with us. This is anyway. Okay. I'm going to give money for them. Didn't have very one. So I did this. Was not very. Anyway, okay. For me, I think it was one of the because I thought about this. So I did I think August, September, October, 2021. The way MMM is going, I think one of the a lot of people want to collect on itself, 10 million. I just want about rights and I just want there'll be a lot of people trying to collect money. Say, let me just post. That's how I got this one anyway. Several people and everything was when it comes to investments, right? There's a place like we have to invest into the process, not the like the outline. So the first thing I also do is whenever we say investment to go up, first thing I do is outline. How much am I going to win? Is it 50%, 70%? According to the clients, the more people are. This is what I was telling you. Thank you. I was telling, how are you going to be paying these low results? The other people, they are giving me 50%. One people said, I invest now. They will give me my profit immediately. And I said, let's do the math. If you invest 100 million and they are promising you 50% and they are paying your 50% immediately, which money would they use to run? Again, forget the outright, look at the process. If I invest and they tell me I'll give you my returns immediately, what happens to the capital? It means if I'm projected to use 100 million to generate, let's say 150 million, and I'm saying I'll give you 50 million at the end. If I give you that 50 million immediately, it means my capital becomes 50 million. Can I use 150? Can I use 50 million to make 150? So today we're just here to talk about the process of what we do and how we stand out and why you all should be a part of our cooperative. So we use what we call OPT and OPM. And a lot of people in the world make use of OPT, OPM. Right? Who knows what OPT is? Anybody? Fantastic. OPM? Fantastic, sir. We need to collect the mic. So here in GTEx, we use what we call other people's time and other people's money. And these are the two engines of wealth creation in the world. In fact, stock market, bankers, they use a lot of this. And this is why I tell people that the biggest, I won't use the word scam. Scam is a very, but the biggest, what's that word? The biggest financial institution in any country is what? Is the banks. And they are the highest, let's call it the highest beneficiaries of other people's money. If you want to crash any bank, all of you go and withdraw your money. Who agrees with me? Or who does not know? If you don't know that, please raise your hand, let me understand. If you agree with me, raise your hand. Okay, if you want to crash any bank, that's all of us, let's go and collect our money. You cannot collect it. But these guys have mastered the art of what? Using other people's money. And that's why banks increase their wealth. So a lot of us put money in the banks. Let's say they give us 4%, 3%, 2%, 6%, depending. Currently, if you want to take a loan from the bank, even as a real estate company, you are getting as high as 28 to 35%. 28 to 35, depends on who you are meeting. Please do the math. Is it your money? No. That's 2 p.m. So here we found a way to design a way whereby you can leverage on that without even becoming a big financial institution. And that's what Gvest Cooperative is all about. So you as an investor, you use other people's time. Other people's time is time that you are not putting and it's generating money for you. For some of you that own companies, that's what you are using. OPT. You have a graphic designer. You cannot
Even if you can design graphics, because you're a manager, you don't have that time to do it. You're building companies in what? OPT. You're already doing it. And as a cooperative, we found a way, how can you leverage OPT and OPM to ensure everyone that is a part of us grows their what? Grows their wealth. Cooperative gives you access to collective strengths and funding. As we progress, I'll try and bring a bit of case studies to how this basically works. So, why cooperatives? What's the power of a group wealth creation? Cooperatives allow people to what? To pool resources together. Case study now. Imagine there is a $1 billion project or $1 billion project, and as an individual, you know about this opportunity. And you know this is supposed to generate, let's say, 35% across a year. As an individual, you may not have that capital. Because of that, you cannot invest in a project. But imagine you have a strength of 100 people that can bring fragments of that amount, which means you bring in your own 10 million. Someone brings in another 50 million, another 30 million. And what? And you're sharing what we call sharing profits. That is the power of the what? Of a cooperative. So a cooperative allows people to pool resources to get equity on the projects. And there's also what we call syndication, right? There are two types of syndication. There's, especially when it comes to debt syndication, there's debt syndication and there's equity. So for equity, all of you are investing an amount and you're sharing profits. For debt syndication, when it comes to debt syndication, you are investing for a period of time. And the person that is executing that project, remember we're using what we call OPT. The person's time that are using is promising you to give you a certain amount of returns over a period of time, and then you exit. So when I tell people, some people tell me that I want to share profits, I say no problem about sharing profits. Why are you willing to share the risk? And the common thing we all believe is that investment will make money. No. That's why we call something bad investments. It's not all investments can make money. Some investment failed. And it's not even because of this person ran away with the money. It's just that you did your market analysis so badly. Who has started a business and has failed before? Okay, Mr. Oli. You also, what business did you start? Okay. Okay. Okay.
The time. Sometimes we get we're actually going to early. By the time we're trying to take one now. By the time
I don't see all these ladies go choke for this. Because the amount of ladies we
How much do you put into it?
if you register for this event,
was more
you need to
with that hours. There was one day also time. Well, the time I was at the class was
free food, they define connect, define man and connect.
So you had a partner.
Google spend.
So it was equity, full equity, 50 split. So what if? Because let's say you only use your money. Let's talk about OPM, only your money. Let's say you have,
I'm not sure that sound was from us.
So many at that time. What if you had gone through a debt kind of funding for that? Whereby you put that and they tell you in 5 years you are exiting and you're making X amount of money. Knowing what you know now and then, which one will I have chosen? Okay.
Because you know what I know now, I've seen to other possible.
Okay.
It's usually as this is not
Yeah.
There's no base, there's nothing. That's like, so I try not to put money on the stuff like that. And the stress of very. So there was no issue, and I think so. I part of that. I think about something with things like base, like I said.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Wale. Right. So one thing cooperative also does for you is that because a cooperative is a structure, right, it's an institution, your risk factor has reduced. So let's use Mr. Wale for example. Imagine Mr. Wale has set up a company, or there was a company that basically just handles that project for him. And in the end, maybe as an investor, they just give him returns accordingly. They bear all the risk, they bear all the factor, they bear all the brunt. And because you're under a cooperative, they have the collective strengths of you as an individual do not have. Let's bring it to us in real estate, because we have other subsidiaries that is going into real estate. A lot of people used to tell me, why would I not buy land from Omonile? Why would I buy land from you? Omonile is selling land for 2 million naira. Why would I buy land for you from you for 10 million naira? And I tell them, if government or anything comes after your land, what do you do? How do you get your land back? Do you want to go back and start looking for a lawyer? Do you have the time to have court appearances? Now, what a company does for you is that some of these companies already have structures. For example, for us, we have about 5 different lawyers or retainers to fight for any property that we have. We have about 2 SEN on our payroll just to fight for our land. Now, do you believe the 8 million difference can pay for it if you own the land on your own? Sion say something.
You're talking about structures.
Yes.
You have companies that have structures that are full government. So it's not just about structure.
Yes.
It's just the company itself. Because now, state companies manage structures. And we need to organize those to one.
Okay, fantastic. So there are so many reasons why a company fold up. We all understand the average age of any company in Nigeria. Any company that is, most companies fold up under the first 3 years. Many of them gone through their capital. Many of them have weak operational system. Right? Some of them have systems even withhold the way that they expand. I was at the Tech Expo last week and I was having a conversation with someone and he was telling me why are a lot of companies starting a financial, why are they always having a fintech solution? And after a period of time, they just die out. What happens? We're even arguing about someone that why we set up a company and then you have employees and then you just jump and go and work for another company. How does that even happen? So he's looking at me. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. You own a company and you leave your company, they are bankrupt, and you go and work for another company in the UK. Does that even make sense? So a lot of companies, the reason why some of them fold up, it can be in their vision, their mission, their operation, how they move, how they act, their initial capital. Some of them can be based on loans they've gotten. Some of them may have systems that can take it now, and when the money comes in, they don't know how to manage it. And I tell people, for us now, we are building a company that will outlive 100 years. By the grace of God, our holdings company is 17 years this year. I told you guys to clap for us now. Right? 17 years we started Gvest Holdings. 10 years ago, we moved into real estate. 4 years ago, we moved into investments in real estate. What did that tell you? Why didn't we start investment 10 years ago? I know that answers you. It's because we have to create a structure that we can be able to pay investors. Because in the act, in the back end of the business, even when someone invests, the only way you can pay your investors is if you sell off those properties. So if you don't master the art of selling, you cannot pay your investors. And that's why it took us 6 years to master the art of consistent cash flow before we can say, let's crowdfund a project. To be able to pay people based on, let's derive our formula. What is achievable? And that's why 4 years ago we started Gvest Cooperative. But as we proceed, I'll be able to break down how we operate and how we pay our investors and how we move on. So just to talk about it, so our 2027 goal is to democratize real estate, to empower over 200,000 diverse investors, providing them with not only access but active ownership in strategic real estate, agriculture, and technology ventures. So cooperative does not only focus in Nigeria. We also have foreign investments that will open to people, whether it's in sale of land, sale of houses, or just what we call OPM, OPT, using our time, other people's
I
money
created a
to
folder
grow your wealth.
testimonials.
So as a company, we have properties in Nigeria, we have in Dubai. We were together with Mr. and Mrs. Suki in Doha 2 weeks ago, where we did a fantastic tour of some of the projects that we are looking at in Doha. We also have a development that we are working on at the moment in the US. So one of the opportunities our cooperative members have is that they have access to wonderful investment opportunities on the global landscape. Because we're not just focused on how you can earn more money in Naira, but also in other and foreign currency. We're also creating an inclusive investment ecosystem that fosters community participation, cross-border ownership, and transparent value growth, bridging the gap between traditional real estate investments and innovative cooperative models. So looking at our team, in absentia, we have our chairman, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, chairman of GTEX Holdings, my group CEO, Mr. Rana Ijaz, my group CEO, Mrs. Bukola Lukan, I, the MD of Gvest, and I have my general manager, Mr. Tonye. Mr. Rana is currently in Dubai, so won't be able to join us. Ms. Bukola Lukan has been writing exams in Lagos Business School, so she's unable to join us. Our chairman is currently in the UK, because we have an event coming up this month with Dr. Cosmos Maduka called the Business Growth Conference. And we're also preparing for another events we have in the US in August as well. So unfortunately, they are not part of us today, but he sends his well wishes. So Gvest as a cooperative, we're registered here with Last-Preferred and as a digital cooperative. And we have the vision to become the largest digital cooperative in the world. So we are moving beyond the traditional cooperative, the traditional adjust system. But what more can you do with digitalization, do how technology is, how can you leverage on AI to become a unique investor and a cooperative member? So, like I said, we're part of a holdings company. We have presence in the US, in the UK, Dubai, now in Qatar, and also here in Nigeria. So most of our investments are backed by a parent holding company, which is GTEX Holdings, that focuses on landed properties and housing properties. Okay, so we are the Wealth Management because we're a registered wealth building cooperative. We focus on high-yield real estate and business syndication, and we also have transparent processes. Each year you can track your investments with our Gvest app. There's a brochure with you, just a little more about what we do. We have a new app that we're relaunching in August, where you can actually download the app at the moment, where you can track your investments. You can see how they improve across time. Also introducing, next slide, we have new features that are coming to our new app. Because you're part of a cooperative, you can have access to a collective loan system. You can do so much more. Because we are also a company in the US, we can help with visa applications, by parent letters, just to help you when you're moving to the US. Also in the UK, also in Dubai, also in Qatar. We have different conferences for our cooperative members. For example, some of us are going to Kenya in September. We also have a Growth Wealth Conference as well happening in Singapore in November as well. So these are part of the benefits of which our cooperative members also enjoy. Some of our new features of our new app, like I said, live investments, ROI, payout dates, secure wallet system, be able to track your portfolio performance, get reminders and access to your investments as well. Can we just skip through this? Yes. Next. So we're looking at some of the projects that we have here in our cooperative. Like I said, cooperative allows you to pool resources to get access that you cannot do on your own. At the same time, have a feel of getting identical profit sharing based on the capital that you bring in. So part of our property portfolio with GTEX Land, 10 years ago, we started real estate with zero capital. I tell you zero capital. For the past 17 years, we've not taken any loan from any bank, from any external investor. The first time I started taking investment from private people like you was 4 years ago. So everything we built has been from sweat. We've only been able to own what we've been able to sell. 10 years ago in a room like this, our chairman, Dr. Stephen, was training people on 20 different businesses you can start from your home on the internet and make money. And one of them was real estate brokerage. And there was this man, and he said, I like what you would do. And I know you've not started your real estate. We're just saying we should start real estate, we should start real estate, but trying to acquire property. Said, I have over 200 acres somewhere in Ikorodu. I will give you that property, right? As you sell, be paying me. Ladies and gentlemen, that became how we entered real estate. That was our first property we acquired 10 years ago. That property is called Sapphire Water City, Utu. It's close to where the 40 Million Bridge is supposed to lead to the island. And that was our first property. And in the past 10 years, we've grown from one property to 30 different properties here in Nigeria. I tell you guys to clap for us. Remember, this was done with zero capital, just by selling what you have. We were able to raise some money, start acquiring properties in Ibejuleki, started buying small, one property, two property, three properties. This year alone, we are launching 3 new estates already. Tomorrow, we are launching one estate in Kuje tomorrow. For those of you in Abuja, those of you joining us online, we are launching a new estate in Abuja tomorrow called White House Estate in Kuje, which is phase 2 actually. So we keep growing, we keep growing, we keep growing. But talking about this is what these funds are being used. Also, we started going into housing development. These are part of our projects that we have. This is Jasper Gardenia in Ibejuleki. Can you go back? The other one is Jasper Hill Real Estate in Abuja. The unique thing we do in our housing projects is that we sell luxury, green, and smart homes. So all our estates that we sell, the people that buy land from us are buying luxury service plots. The difference between normal plots and service plots is that we are buying an estate or buying a land that comes with what infrastructure. Whereby the road network is done, there's security, there are green areas. All our estates are all green estates, which means they have zero carbon emission, no generators, solar powered as a secondary, as a backup. In some of our estates, we use like Sapphire Water City is close to the water line. We're going to use that as a source of power, also as a source of transportation. So each of our 30 estates all across Nigeria have unique things they are putting. That's some of them they are putting a golf course. That's some of them we are putting a polo course as well. The one in Abeokuta has that. The one in Ibadan also has that. But one of our projects that we have, please go back, is at Ibejuleki, which is just 10 minutes away from the refinery. Looking at what we've done through the past, in 2018, we were selling a land, I won't call it land, let's just say we're selling a refuse dump. Because I can, because I can remember our chairman just going and pointing to this refuse dump. White House Estate, sorry, the estate in Ibejuleki, come and buy 1.5, 1.5. So I just said, who is this man standing in front of a refuse dump? We will do this, we will do this, we will do this, we will do this, 1.5, come and buy. The people that bought in these estates, less than 8 years ago, right now that estate is selling for 35 billion naira. So you guys, so we pride ourselves as the pioneers of land banking in Nigeria, whereby we identify locations that will grow over time. And that has been our model. Where are people going to? Can we go there before others go there? Can we buy first before people start buying? At that point in time, people were like, Dangote refinery is a hoax, to never happen, it is Nigeria, it is this. We did our market research, we did our analysis. Like he was saying, right? We went ahead, we bought ahead, we got 5 different estates in Ibejuleki. At all, it was a risk we took. This thing, it will work. Not only is that estate increasing value, this estate is facing the Lagos to Calabar coastal road. As strategic as we have been, I can remember then when we were going through the acquisition process, we looked at there's always a master plan of every state. There was a 2030 master plan of Lagos State, and it showed there will be a coastal road that will pass through that estate. There was going to be a railway as well, a rail line that was going to pass. I remember when we were negotiating with the Omonile, and they were like, this thing will pass here. They say, in English, if you like, you buy, you don't buy. We took the risk, we bought it. We didn't know whether it's 10 years, whether it's 15 years, whether it's 20 years, it will pass. Lo and behold, last year, they started that project. Although we lost about 5 acres of that project, but because we knew where that thing will pass, we intentionally did not allocate from the front. So about 150 of our clients have bought into that estate. None of them lost their own plot of land. Why am I running? Please clap for that because it's something. And I would not like to mention other real estate companies. I know some that lost their own land. All of it. All of it. And that boils down to the market research you have to do. Now, as an individual, there is 95% probability you will not have your hands on the Lagos State Master Plan. Who agrees with me? If you agree, just raise your hand. Do you want to agree you lose your land? That is the power of investing with a cooperative. And so some other projects we've also acquired. This Gvest City in Ibejuleke. We have some in, okay, these are about a few units. Please go back. A few units that we have in Jasper. This unit is one of our first housing projects. We had here in Ibejuleke. And the unique thing I like about that is because I was part of this process. I was formerly part of the housing project, and we saw this project. We were about 4 units, a couple of months back, I think early this year, successfully rented an apartment here for 8 million naira. For people that buy into our housing, I don't say we are selling house, we are selling rental income. And when I tell someone that someone rented a house in Ibejuleke, a 4-bedroom terrace duplex, it's a smart home, in an estate that is not fully built, the infrastructure is just beginning for 8 million naira. They say it's a lie, so I show them the receipts. And I tell them, they say, how? I said, the reason is because when it comes to rent, it's not only about the location, it's the demand. There is scarcity of quality housing in that area. As far back as 2022, we had over 500 temporary housing units in the refinery that Dangote created for its expatriates. What does that tell you? And this is a refinery that is still not in full capacity. There's a deep sea port that was coming there at that time. There's a free trade zone that was coming there at that time. And that seaport is the second deepest seaport in the whole of Africa. It's deeper than the one in Apapa. The only one deeper in Africa is the one in Cairo. So if people are saying they are doing a 5-lane, 6-lane, 8-lane, it's because of the massive traffic. So when I was selling land there to people who say I cannot live there, why would I buy? When it comes to investment, you are solving a problem. People that are into tech, you are solving a problem. There are people that need this housing. It is not you. Thousands of people are working in the refinery. Where would they live? Thousands of people are working in the seaports. Where would they live? So here in our cooperative, what did we do? We have identified these problems. We have created a solution. And what are we doing? We are now sharing profit with our members. They are able to identify, buy into this, key into this, and share profit with us. Yes, so I'm just talking about this unit that we rented out for 8 million naira. One of our clients that got our house keys, Mrs. Anne, she said, Farouk, I know it's 10 million, I'm not renting out. And she's about to rent out her units. Please move on. So I discussed about us as a cooperative having over 30 different properties here in Nigeria, where we sell land, we build houses, and we pay our cooperative members. We also have this in extension in the US. So what you're looking at is the planting of a 99-acre property in Brochure in Texas. And we started the acquisition of this property last year. And when it comes to the other video of Janet, the other video of Tesla factory, if you can have it displayed later. I think in April, Elon Musk announced building a giga Tesla factory in Berkshire. Where do we have our land? Anybody that? Where do we have our land? In Berkshire. I'm excited. You may not know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying. So those of you that have been to the US, you know how large Texas is. Berkshire is just about 15 minutes from Katy Mills, right? And knowing that Elon Musk is building a giga factory in Berkshire, what is coming through our head is that where will all these people live? Katy is one of the best educational districts in the whole of Texas. Fantastic schools. And we're just 20 minutes away from there. So when it comes to market research, in real estate investments, before you put your money, like I said, what is the process? How do people want to pay us? It's not about the returns. Yes, insurance also makes sense. All of us want to make more money, but I'd rather deal in a safe investment than a volatile one. So this project, at the moment, we're selling individual acres to people and plots. So this is, I don't know if you can enlarge it. This is the platting. So in Nigeria, we call it survey. In the US, we call it platting. There's the horizontal, there's the vertical platting approval that used to go. In the US, you need a minimum of 2 years to get your first platting approval. That's for what you want to build. And then in another 1 year, 6 months, depends on the county on what you want to build. So this 99-acre property, I don't know if you can move so we can see. So there's something we also do that we call created environments, where we create things in that environment to increase the value. So in this property, we're building a golf course. I don't know why it's projected like this. Can you bring it down? This is a golf course. These things are other things that we are actually building. This project is scheduled to start infrastructure by 2026. It's a 10-year project. I'm not gonna lie, it's a 10-year project. The first phase is to put in infrastructure, the golf course. There's a lake we're also using for those of them. Some of our clients have bought individual plots, individual acres, have their land facing the golf course directly. I don't know if you understand the value of property around the golf course. If you don't know, you can check Lapwe. The value of property inside Lapwe is twice the property outside Lapwe. That's Lapwe. Who has been to Lapwe Golf Resort before? Okay. If you've not been, but you know where it is, can you raise your hand? Okay. So people have been going to La Campagne since early 2000s. And I realized that you could go to La Campagne for a resort to enjoy life, but to buy land in Bejulek, you say it's too far. Are you like that, Suma? Now, you'll be begging to see land. Then we were buying land, 100,000, 200,000. You cannot see land. Land that has good documentation for 50 million now in Bejulek. If you see anything lesser, it's not complete. Or you're not buying from the owner. But sorry for deflecting. I like sharing success stories. So this is one of our projects that this is a 10-year project. We'll start infrastructure by 2026. Can you move? Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. So we're putting a massive golf course in between. So the goal, and one thing about life is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time. You've seen how people have made money or do so. Just replicate the process and add your own add-ons. Right? You saw how Lakwe were able to do that. We're going for retreats in Lakwe for the past 5 years. So you just realize that anytime we go, by the time we come back, they've added one new house. You come back, they've started this road. You just doing small. But what were they using to increase the value of that estate? So the first thing we're putting is this golf course. People are buying individual plots around here. This is an artificial. There's a lake, we just revive it. We run a lot of sewage through this, through our horizontal platting. Here we're building single family homes. Here we're building townhouses. Here we're building condominium apartments. Here is a commercial. We're going to have a mall, a school, a hospital. Because 99 acres is so large, it's very large. And this is what we're actually putting in this place. It's a 10-year project. It's massive. It's audacious. It's in different phases. But what am I doing? I'm just showing you the process of how we use funds in our cooperative. So if you have cooperative members, some of them start off as investors. Across time, as they start to believe more in the project, they start buying into the land, they start buying into the houses. At that point in time, price point has changed. Next, game moves. Okay, this is another project that we have in Richmond, Texas. So this project was supposed to actually kickstart last year. That's one of our investors that invested in this project. But like I said, in the US, it takes minimum of 2 years to get approval. So approval process of this, it takes about 2 years. And then all this HOA, homeowners association, those guys can chase you from a land that you own. You don't pay dues. So we decided to pause on this project and focus on another project. And I'm excited to talk about that. Next slide. So this is just the layout of what we had on this. This was just supposed to be because it's an area whereby you cannot build a lot of houses. Everything has to be single family homes. It's all these areas whereby they do not necessarily have bus running through there. People staying in these areas are most people that have cars, use an Uber, it's all these upscale environments. So intentionally, we had looked at that plan and said, we do this, we do this, we do this. Until they said, this place that you're buying, you cannot build apartments because we had not planned for a lot of population to move to this area. So in the US, they do their own very differently. Unlike us here in Nigeria, you just build an estate, you build anything you want. They plan based on the population in that area. The road network that lives there, they tell you maybe we don't have a lot of buses that come here. If you build a house that is for having 100 people, how do you want them to come to work? So that's why we paused on that project. But the next project that we have here is a project in Sidra. This project is just 15 minutes from downtown Houston, about 12 minutes from Bush International Airport. We're kickstarting this project in should be next month, the next few months. And this project already have horizontal, vertical plotting. Here we are building 24 units of 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments. Unfortunately, this project is not for sale. It's just for investment. The unique thing about this project is that it is just 15 minutes from downtown Houston. And for those of you that are football lovers, they are playing 8 different football matches in downtown Houston. Who knows that? Market research. World Cup, right? They are sharing the World Cup with US, Mexico, and Canada. 8 different football matches will play here. Now the question is, you are going to the US. What are you looking for? You're going to watch the World Cup. What are you looking for? Accommodation. And that's why I'm building 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, solely for Airbnb. So the process of the cooperative is to own and manage it for the next 10 years. We're building in different places. Each of them have 8 units. It's 3 blocks, 8 units, 4 up, 4 down. Each of those phases we built in different phases. First one should be finished in the next 3 to 4 months, just in time for the World Cup. We own, we manage. Over time, increases in value, and then we resell. So again, I'm showing you the process of how we use funds here in our cooperative. So for our US investment funds, many of them is gone into this. We've gone through all the process. We're currently in the closing stage. We already have a partner, construction partner, to give us enough construction loan to execute this project at a favorable rate. No, we are doing here in Nigeria. You spoke about 32%. Are you into real estate? So how do you know 32%?
The market rate,
Did you attempt a loan? Sir?
yeah, so every businessman needs extra money. So definitely wrong with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me, 32% is high. It's really, really high. Considering when you're in a country that has high inflation. And I'll tell you something. For example, for us in the real estate, this past 2 years has been one of the most difficult times for a lot of us. Particularly in 2023, inflation was really high. We're buying, imagine cement moving from 4,000 to as high as 10,000, 12,000. Cement, iron rod doubling in prices. It was really difficult, but thank God for stability. It's not even about the high cost, it's just stability. Can currency be stable? So a lot of times when we're pushing investments, some people ask me, should I do Naira, should I do dollar? Naira is higher. But one thing is that if you do a dollar investment, what do you get? Not even stability, because whether it's stable or it's not stable, if Naira continues becoming more expensive, maybe Naira to dollar, although your returns is consistent, but when you convert to Naira, it increases. It increases. I remember we were selling 20 units of 3-bedroom townhouse in Valdosta, Georgia. They're selling a unit for 250,000 for end terraces. No, for middle terraces, and for end terraces for 205,000. It was given an annual of about 6% per annum. And someone was doing the math with me, was saying, what's 6%? What's 6%? As at that time, dollar to naira was about 800 and something. Now, it's playing around 14, 13, 15, 16. It's playing around that region. Now, imagine that person is getting 6% of that. Now, you convert naira to dollar then. Not only are you getting 6% of that dollar, you've also increased the extra, how many percent we call it? Almost 80% in terms of your value of naira to dollar. That's a lot of money. So investments, you look at the risk, you look at how, you want to say something, sir? Okay. Mr. Sonny.
Thank you for what you shared now. My name is Sonny.
Yes.
When you calculate your dollar margins, and you bring it to Nigeria, the naira has already lost a bigger because the inflation in Nigeria is so high. So you bring your dollar, the last of the money you buy to have over 16 and bring more dollars. You can't buy this number. Buy this house. So it's not nice. So what I advise people are to do, you have a contract, you have a cost, what you should do, you should buy it in time. You don't keep your money in the bank. Just go out and buy all the things you need to buy. Because if you wait for another 2 months, you will pay maybe 90% addition. So it's a very difficult environment.
This is start for Mr. Sonny. I was honored to have him in my office yesterday discussing. This man is a guru. Anything that comes with construction management, he's good at it. Well, it's very true. And thank you for even mentioning that. That's what real estate companies do. OPM, other people's money. They don't buy it down. I was talking to a client last week, and he wanted us to, because what we do in our housing projects is that we allow people to do off-plan sale. As you buy, as you pay, we build. But we advise, can you do 50% upfront? I don't mind spreading the rest for the next 18 months. If you do 50% upfront, right, I'm able to buy a lot of materials I need ahead. At least build it to a reasonable way so that you can see the progress. I don't mind even building more than you have paid. But the fact that I'm able to buy volatile materials ahead, it gives me a lot of leverage. Also, when it comes to things like that, and that's why I tell people, when you're investing, please do not invest money that you need urgently. Invest money that you intend to save. What Mr. Sonny just described now is, for example, now, let's say 2 years ago, a lot of us have savings. At this point, you must have savings. And there's something called trust fund. I strongly believe in that. Like, either you came with your kids, right? You can start saving for our school fees. Rather than saving for our school fees in the next 5 years, invest it. Because whether you like it or not, that money will still be needed. So invest, you have 5 million you are saving. You're just putting 5 million every year, 2 million every year, saying, I want to sponsor out to college in the US in the next 10 years. Over time, that money is just growing. You put 5 million for the next 10 years, that's how much? 50 million. But if you're able to invest that money, in the next 10 years, that money is no longer 50 million. It's now 80, 100, 120, 150. So whether we like it or not, inflation will beat everybody. What are you doing to run ahead of inflation? Because, like I said, the biggest box financial is the banks. They have mastered it. That's why they're advising you, save your money in the bank, save your money in the bank, don't put it at home. The biggest scare is you put it at home, what will happen? Armed robbers will come and take it. You're using fear of losing money. They're not teaching you that invest this money, invest this money, invest this money. All of us who collect your money in the bank, that bank has crashed. I said it before. Can quote me anywhere. So, again, what do cooperatives do? They give you an avenue to multiply your money in trusted, tested measures, in reasonable and steady cash flows. And what we also do in our cooperative is ownership. It's not Gvest and investors. It is all of us. We own it together. And that's the structure we're actually putting up in Gvest. As we move. So, like I said, this project, 24 years, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom in Houston, Sidwell. Can we move because of time? Sorry. Can you confirm the dinner is ready, please? So this is just part of our financial report. Like I said, we started about 4 years back. We're just getting more little investors as we move. But so what we do in Gvest is that a lot of people tie down their capital for a minimum of 3 years to 5 years. So some people get their ROI every year, some people get their ROI at the end of the tenure. So at the moment, we're paying a lot of ROI, a lot of capital. Some people even reinvested their capital. So when we started, we barely had a lot of people. Like I said, it progresses. And as you can see, as we move, we started to pay more in ROI, started to pay more in capital, in returns. 2025, we've paid over 124 million. A few in capital returns, already 88 million in ROI. Last year, we paid over 130 million in ROI. Right now, we've paid over 500 million naira back in returns, in investment capital, in ROI. And we project in the next 3 to 5 years, we should have paid over 5 billion naira in returns based on how people get their returns on investment as we move. So these are part of our ways that we've moved. Just run through this. These are just some of the ROI we have paid: 8 million, 9 million to individual clients this year, 3 million, 4 million here. Some of our clients have gotten this. So in terms of what we did for this event, yes, we listened up. A lot of people tell us your rates are too low. Let's do this. So we said, okay, what is the highest possible returns we can give to those that invest the highest money? I will come across something like this. So for people that are investing less than 5 million, we're giving 16% per annum. We are doing 5 million to 10 million, we're doing 18% per annum, 10 to 20 million, 20% per annum, 20 million to about 50 million, 22, 50 to 100, 24, 100 to 500, about 25. While from 500 million to a billion is about 26% per annum. So unfortunately, we cannot match the 32% that we get from the bank. Yeah, you want to say something? Okay. Can we have a second mic? Share as a person.
Hi, my name is Alta. So I have a question around incentive. Do you have the opportunity to compound? Maybe it was 6 months, you invest 5 million, and then by the end of the year, you decide to add extra capital. Will you jump up to 18%?
Absolutely. What is not compound actually? Because compound is a very different. Compound means like it's just rolling over. But yes, you can top up. Yes, you can. We have some clients that have moved. Some of them have moved from 5 million to 10 to 15 to 20. And the client that started with 10 million. After he got his first ROI, right, Nigeria, seeing his belief, he said, okay, now I can do 15 million. Right. In fact, he even brought his wife. It's going to be paid, let's just say, so to be paid another ROI next week or thereabouts. So yes, we have clients that have been doing that. But again, we have some clients that can say, can my investment and capital be rolled out every year? I tell them no, because the tenure is a minimum of 3 years to 5 years. So you can roll over every 3 years or every 5 years, but you cannot roll over every year. It's a simple interest investment. If you do compound interest, it's as if we are making that money every year. Yeah, that's just something. Also, the reason why we do a 3-year, 5-year tenure is because based on our market research, that is how realistic we're able to make that money. You cannot just buy a land and sell after 1 year. You're not going to get maximum because we do land banking. Land banking, by definition, takes a minimum of 5 to about 50 years. Yes.
So the question is, regarding the percentage, right? Is that fixed for life? Is that based on that? Because markets
yes, so what we're giving. So, sir, when I say 5 to 50 years, land banking. So, let me answer it first. So, it is fixed. When I'm saying subject to, so next year we can review and say we're doing lower. And then the people that are investing get lower. Do you understand? So it's just based on the current market realities. For existing investors, if things are like that. But one thing we also do is that if there's any change, we offer our investors so they can accept. So for example, now, and this, we call it force majeure. For example, COVID, people were not prepared for COVID. And I'll say COVID is one of the biggest blessings in terms of technology. COVID advanced technology in a lot of countries. People understand what I'm saying. A lot of us did not use Zoom until during COVID or after COVID. Sai, you want to say something?
Yeah, so
So I have made another network. 10%.
So I'm saying, you guys put it into consideration.
Yes.
Different policies.
Okay, yes, we actually covered, and that's why it's a cooperative. So as a cooperative, anyone that invests becomes a member. You become a member, you get your membership ID, your membership code. As you progress, you even have your own individual membership. So as a cooperative member, you're allowed to invest in a cooperative. So right now, we're backed by any government agency that we have.
We add a cooperative.
Yes.
If
Okay.
the so-called executive of the cooperative, the one we have, the moves, the staff, exit. There's supposed to be not to be 11,000. And once in that, yeah. Because it was the cooperative in keeps the development.
Okay.
And the elections for the executives every 2 years.
Yeah.
This is actually not the which they were starting.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, sir.
I think they were aware of this. The way they could not, as they learned to go down the process.
At least I
Could
can
not,
get
within that 2 years, the money disappeared. This
you hardly get food of
for 2 years, everything was gone. And you find out staff that go to borrow money from banks, they pay interest. What they invested in is gone. This is what 10 years now. So when we talk about corporate, doesn't mean that it's not prone to its failure. You understand?
Yes, I agree. And there's something to say that when we started, I said, first of all, every investment is a risk. Every. In fact, when you're having as many failed businesses, they're also the ones that excel. And you cannot control everything. Of course, the same way other cooperatives fail, there are also other ones that actually stand. And for us, the unique thing, like I say, and like that's what I'm going through again, is the process. I don't know what the whole process was. For us, all our investments are backed by physical assets. And that's what I'm telling you, from 1 estate to 30 estates. You cannot liquidate 30 estates. By our projection, for example, the goal of, if you check the leaflet you are in, check GTS land, the goal is to own 200 estates between now and 2035. I don't know what their vision is. I know mine. Our goal is to build 25,000 luxury green and smartphones all around the world. It's a race I'm running. I don't know their own rates. Maybe they are going to move over to Canada. My own is not to relocate. Do you understand? So I understand there are risks about investment like that, they are cooperative like that. But for us, so for you, our staff have a different cooperative. Our goal of the cooperative is to have a diverse individuals, of strong people, of lawyers, of doctors, of government people. I think we have one of our investors here too, sir. Hello, sir. How are you doing today, sir? So we've had a whole, yeah, but it's okay. Question? You have a question? Okay. All right. Well, when I said, let me just treat an answer is when I spoke about land banking. So land banking is an old art. Yeah, the range. Land banking by definition is 5 to 50 years. There's a chart that, if I had that chart, I'm going to show you. Land banking can be done all across 5 to 50 years. When I say 5 to 50 years, some people can wait. If you want to buy a land in, let me give you an example now. If you bought the land 1970
that's really annoying.
in Ibejuleki, how much do you think you buy that land? 5,000 is high. 1970. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've got age.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm putting Lynch. It's still land banking.
It's 25-year-old guy is more than the best.
Yes, exactly. And that's okay. So let me tell you about exactly. So Paul Adefarasin, when his father or his grandfather bought the land, and when he died, he willed it to him. The parent did not enjoy the land. It was his family. Do you understand? That land has over 30 to 50 years. So again, when you're buying property, it depends on the friends. Some people buy for real estate is one of the only vehicles that help you make money, manage money, and transfer from generation to generation. The biggest land banker in America, who can tell me? The biggest land banker in America, is Bill Gates. That man has over 5,000 acres of farmland. Is he buying for himself? How much money, sir? Some of us, if we have Bill Gates money, I will not touch a penny again. I have Bill Gates money. What am I looking for? My son, my grandson, But this man went to go and buy farmland. Land banking starts from farmland. Yeah. Every land starts from farmland. The first farm on it. Before you move to what? From farmland to what? To residential or for commercial. So when I say 5 to 50 years, it depends. It's what you can afford. 40 years ago, Aja. 30 years ago, Aja.
Crypto platform like that. They were hard.
I saw in early 2000s, they were holding bushmeat at Ikoyi. You pass Ikoyi bush, they were selling bushmeat.
And at that time,
so when I say 5 to 50 years, is a range. It depends on what you can afford to buy now. Some people now, anything like less than 5 years, you have that money, you have to wait 5. If not, to get maximum returns. You buy land 10 million somewhere, you wait for it. Not that next year you make it. It's not that was no longer land banking.
$2 million.
Now it's just buying land to resell. So when I say land banking, sir, 15 million, imagine you buying a land for a 15 years old. No, wait, don't worry, you have it. There's some land that our parents just have. That is their grandparents that will enjoy it. That's even 50 years, 100 years, 150 years. The one that Bill Gates bought, I know is buying for the person that will use that land. They've not given birth to him. In fact, his parents have not married.
Every day for $100.
So when I say we were creating a company that will live the next 100 years, that's the vision we have. It's not, the now does not matter. The now is a phase, the now is a process. What will happen to today in 50 years? What will be the power of the cooperative? That is 2027, 2035. What's that 2100 goal? I was in a mentorship session with my chairman. He is a global speaker. He mentors people, mentors businesses. And he said, all my MDs, right now, I've exited the company, right? I'm an investor. You are now my mentees. I'll be doing mentorships for you. And he just said, Farouk, I don't know you. Right now, you are not my MD. You are my mentee. He said, what's your 5-year goal plan? What's your 3-year goal plan? What's your 1-year goal plan? He said, oh yeah, write how you want Gvest to look like by the year 2050, even if you are not the MD. Sir, that is the business we are building. It's the same with wealth. Now you have your short term, what can I quickly make? You have your mid term, 3 years investment, 5 years investment. As you are doing that, where can I be buying? That the same cooperative that I'm working with that is creating a model, how can I leverage on that model so that I don't become an end user? So when I say land banking, 5 to 50, it depends on what you depend to do. If I'm going to buy a farmland in Abeokuta, I have a friend that's already buying farmland in Abeokuta. See, Abeokuta will blow, it will blow, it will blow. I mean, laugh at him, it can be 10 years, 15 years, when you blow. I know. Because one thing you understand, there was a report done by New York Times saying that New Year's time, I spoke about Africa being one of the biggest economy in the world, particularly in Lagos. There are 6 cities in the whole of Africa that will be the hub of the giants of economy. Lagos was one of them. Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt. And they said by the year 2050, no, is it 2050 or 2100? If you want to land in Lagos, you're a billionaire. You don't understand how population is moving. Like play, we're in Ikeja, we're in Okwedi. like play were in Lekki.
I get the move.
I remember when I was growing up and
True life story.
we were staying in Ojodu in a rented apartment. My father wanted to become a landlord. And then in his own market research, people were going to Ibafo. He said, let's buy land in Ibafo. Then Ibafo was more expensive than Aja. The man is late, almost 10 years, may so rest in peace. But I feel like going back and say, sir, wait till you think, we don't see. The house in Ibafo we built, we left there. Aja has gone. Songotedo is going. Bejleki is already going to a fair. But 10 years down, nobody wants to live in that region. 15 years, nobody wants to live there. That's the power of land banking.
Now it's not cast their own.
15 years. Before you know it, 15 years have come. 10 years have come. What I'm talking about,
If you pass them for road talk, you go even
2009.
just divert attention. But yes.
16 years down the line. The value of Ibafo maybe just tripled. In Aja, maybe times 10. I was meeting one of my relatives. She was saying she has some land in Akute. She said then she had a few people around them who wanted to liquidate in Akute and buy 10 plots in Aja. One plot in Akute could buy 10 in Aja. And she said, no, Kimovelo Shembe, what do I want to do there? Aja is too far. I'm in Akute. Let me buy more. Let me buy more. Again, why am I going through this? It's the process. It's the thinking process. It's the mind. Is this a physical asset? As we move, I'm asked for something. Is dinner ready? Huh? But I need a response now. Huh? 5 minutes. Yes.
Okay, so, I have a question about
All right.
the ROI. Okay, is a unfair advantage. Why don't you make the return, the ROI, same percentage? Like, let's say we invested or partner with 5 million, you get 25% or something across board. Why is it? I see it as very unfair advantage. No, why?
Okay.
Thank you.
So there are two things, and I tell people basically when it comes to money, and the way life is, life rewards people that take higher risk. That's one of it. So, for example, it's simple. Again, it's also a sales. I don't know how what business you run, sir?
The businessman.
You're a businessman, so you understand. So sir, I'm an investor and I come and meet you. And I say, I'll give you 10 million naira. And you promise me 20%. And I say, I want to give you 10 million naira. And you need more money. And he tell you, okay, I have 15 million, but I can only part away with 10 million. What will be your next thing to tell me? If you want to get the other 40 million, what will you tell me?
Higher return.
Have you answered the question? So that is one. Number two. So they had investment, they had the risk. Yeah, don't worry, they can join. I'll give it to you. So that is one of the model we have done as well, just to reward people that are investing higher. That's just basically it, is to reward. Also, this is a debt syndication.
This place is close to
It's not an equity project. We're not sharing profits, we're not sharing risk. It's based on our markets. For example, what we can do with 10 million, they give us 20%. What we do with 500 million, they give us 30%. Does that make sense? Also, what they do, so for example, let's say in our back end now, we have 100 million projects. We need 10 investors that do 10 million. 100 investors giving us, let's say, 25%. We give you 20%, we pay commission and run everything. Boom, we take a profit of 1%, we take 20%. Now we have a 30 billion project that is going to give us 35%. We get how many? 6 investors. At least 60 investors that will do this, get 26%. So that's always the calculation for this. How would that help, sir? Yes. Any other question? So we can run through, so we can have dinner and go to that place. Sir.
Just a simple question.
Yes, sir.
You said you are part of, or you filed for SEC, or are you part of that SEC for the cooperative?
Okay, so
Have you
self-cooperative
done all the documentation
for cooperative. For cooperative, SEC is not involved with cooperative
Okay, but I saw something like filed.
in the US.
Okay, in the US.
In the US, we're 501c, we're filed with SEC fundraising. We have the capability of raising $10 million by the year 2025. Our previous filing with SEC was for $2 million. That was for 2024
Select in the US.
in the US
Okay.
for dollar-backed investments. Yeah, but in the US, right now, we're doing 10 million crowdfunding projects for our projects in the US. Right.
I shall get the question.
Okay.
What I just want to keep me now on the cooperative aspect. For you to make it out of 2 weeks before investors.
Yes.
I go to the cooperative society.
Okay.
What you need to do is to ensure that organizations that ensure this. Because I want to say, there are some people we invest and go to sleep. Just like our own past. You know, most of the news and all the practices and trails about all the insurance. That doesn't what I want to do. Just like this.
Thank you very much. So for now, one of the things we also done is the actual physical asset insurance. So each of every of our investments is backed by a physical asset on the ground. And although yes, external is also important, but why I like that is because I prefer something that is real. Because there are some insurance that are difficult. Especially when it comes to people in legal, force majeure is also an earthquake comes, a World War II, a World War III. When those sectors are really hit, we know how difficult it is. The reason why we like real estate-backed insurance is that I cannot take the ground away. Regardless of what happens, I can always still liquidate. I can even still acquire. So yes, that works. A lot of our cooperative, one of our investments are backed by real estate assets that are able to also multiply with the right assets. So thank you for the suggestion. We also include to future planning as well. So this is our US-based investments. We give between 7 to 14%. Competitive rates in the US about 6 to 8%. Most of the dollar-backed investments. So as most, we're giving about 14% for that. Next, so that we can move fast. Okay, I think that's all. Do you have any question? Okay.
Okay, sorry, I don't like to too much.
My name is
Julius.
Okay.
So people have opportunity for fractional ownership in US dollars. Where number of people can come together on an apartment, the single unit. You have opportunity for that.
Yes, so we have opportunity for that. However, like I said, many of these facing currently they are in unit phase. Like what we said about our individual units now. We can allow people to co-own a unit, but that will be after construction. So what we advise at times is that we have some people that have invested in the project first. Right, so if they've invested as it moves, when the selling price comes up, they can convert their investment with the accrued investment to a part of the project and then have equity on it. So for example, now typically for leader, it's about 4 sites. It's very good talk. Okay, please sort that out.
A new Tesla mega factory is coming to the Houston area. The company plans to spend nearly $200 million to build a manufacturing facility in Brookshire. According to our partners at the Houston Business Journal, the new factory should create around 1,500 jobs. The project received the green light. The plan is to replicate it then.
Okay, thank you. Second.
Factory is coming to Houston area. The company plans to spend nearly 200 million to build a manufacturing facility in Berkshire. According to our partners at the Houston Business Journal, the new factory should create around 1,500 jobs. The project received the green light from the Walton County Commissioner's Court this week. Chancellor says the plan is to replicate its mega factory in Atlanta, California, which manufactures utility-scale batteries it calls megapacks.
Okay, so I was talking about foresight, about how he intentionally acquire properties in the area that would grow in value. And where's the segment? Can you turn off your mic? Okay. Sorry, did you turn on anything? Okay, so that just showed us, like we did in Bechileke with the Dangote refinery, that we're able to move 1.5 million property to 35 million in the space of 6 to 7 years. We're able to replicate the same land banking initiative. So one of the reasons why properties in our area tend to spike up is when there is a government announcement. It's one of the best times to buy. Across time, when those things start to realize, it's also another good time to buy. There's one that happened in Badagry. In Kuje, there was a major road that was done by Wike. A lot of people don't like him, but I like him for that road. It has increased the value of properties in Kuje. That's why we went to Kuje. So there are a lot of things we do in the back end. We have a couple of these data analytics guys, right? That's just look at the back end to see various trends in real estate property development. And that's why in turn we bring to the cooperative, offer our members, and we're able to pay return on investment over the past 4 years. Okay, thank you. Do you have any other question? Okay, any other question for us? Okay, we think I did a good job. I think you can clap for me now. You have a question? Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, guys.
I wanted to ask, was in my mind, my way, about the process in whatever, and fortunately you mentioned something about that, the last companies. Majority and we look at what I will see here concerning what you do, I know it's really sweet, but what you do, you allow other process apart from the one that seems excellent. We believe that from retail on not you still on
Yeah, there's a seaport coming to Badagry. I think they started already. So that's another thing why people are actually buying Badagry. At the moment, it seems far to a lot of people, but it's a place you can also buy a land bank. That can be a 10, 15, 25, depending on the pace. But you can just buy an old, it's still relatively cheap. I think about 5 million, 3 million, 10 million you can buy in to get, depending on what you're buying. If you're buying from Monile, it's highly risky, but it's cheaper. If you are buying from real estate companies, it's also risky, but if you do good market research, it's safer. So those are my advice for, yeah, Badagry is a good place, but not for immediate. Maybe you are buying for a couple of years. That's what it is. Okay, so for those of you that are ready to invest, there's a barcode on your table. You can scan it. You see our subscription form. You can fill it, speedy investment. You can make your payment. We also have some of our team that will go around to ask for any questions you have regarding landed properties, housing properties, our projects in the US, our projects in Dubai. Follow that brochure. Dubai has fantastic prospects in terms of rental income. So if you're looking at consistent rental income in a stable currency, Dubai is fantastic. If you are looking for buying into somewhere, Dubai 15 years ago, then look at Qatar. Zero tax, good returns. You can buy cheaper now. The value tends to increase. So we're looking at foreign housing. You can buy. Many of the projects are going to finish 2026, 2027, 2028. Qatar is fantastic. We're looking at Dubai 15 years ago. If you're looking at Dubai now, Dubai is great. Dubai is one of the best tourist destinations. So if you are looking at short-let apartments, rental income, downtown Dubai, JVC, Business Bay, fantastic. So if you have any questions regarding that, we have our team that will be going around later in the evening. But any other questions before we go straight to dinner? And then we can move forward. Yes.
So who regulates,
You can talk to me. You can talk to Mr. Tony, where are you? Rafiat, where are you? Yeah. So for cooperative, any of my team wearing Gvest, you can help. Okay, regulate. So, like I said, we're part of Lasco Fed Cooperative Society. In fact, last year we got an award for the best.
Terms of management, what does the whatever have to offer in case something goes wrong?
In case, of course, we're regulated, so they always do checks. Yeah, they always do checks from time to time.
Do you mitigate in case something goes wrong?
For us, for our clients.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, okay, so for our clients,
Set those major.
yeah,
It's not gonna happen.
exactly.
All that.
So there are two ways we do that. We won't do that. And that's why intentionally, when you ask the questions about 1 hour, please. That's why we mentioned about insurance. I said, I personally believe there's no greater insurance than the asset itself. So every of our investments is backed by the physical assets. There are a lot of investments that is done in stocks, that is done in, they are more volatile. It can disappear. If you lose money in stocks, you can't get it back. If you lose money in crypto, you can't get it back. If you lose money in Forex, the money disappears in thin air. One day, you're 100 million richer, the next day you have $10, right? For investors like real estate, they cannot carry the land away. So every value of investment our client does is backed by real estate assets. So in case of anything happens, let's say we have another lockdown, we have a problem, we cannot pay. What do? We sell the property. Or we give you the deed. So we can offer a land what's the value to a client in case of anything. So those are the things we also have back end that some of our clients are able to understand as well. Yes. Any other one? Okay. I believe we all have our tickets. Mr. Sima, can you confirm they can start going in for dinner and they can come in? Okay, so the ushers will be with you. Can we play soft music, please? And we can go in. It's a buffet. You can serve yourself and come back, and then we'll go into the next segment of the day. All right, thank you. Sima, you're the host. Yes.
My colleague put their hands together for I think you did a great job. Let's put those hands together better. There's a way we do it at Jesus Folding. We say after such a session, we ask ourselves if we have gained value. So I want to ask you tonight, have you gained value this evening? If you gained value, say value. Have you gained value this evening? The volume is low. Can we do that again? Have you gained value this evening? I will tell them to lock the restaurant door because they will talk. Have we gained value this evening? Say value. Everybody screaming. All right, so we have a soft.
Just any question question.
Again, please come again.
Question.
All right, so there will be soft music on the ground. Very soon we would walk into the dinner and then have a great time with that. But if you have questions about the investments, about Gvest as a whole, whatever it is, please you see people who are standing beside you, putting on the white top representing Gvest. Please feel free to talk to them, call them up, ask them questions, whatever it is that seems the gray area. Please talk to them, ask questions about the investments, about Gvest as a whole, and all that. Please feel free to do that. Call on to anyone around. Okay, and they are inside, they are outside. Please walk up to anyone and ask questions. People on, let's have a soft music by the band. Thank you so much. What did you say?
I was like, please, our books. Like our books, our books.
Okay, so the music can still continue.
Yes.
Okay, so when the music is on, because that's please have a way down to the restaurant where we have the dinner. So if you have your voucher with you, please walk your way to the restaurant for the dinner, please. If you have your voucher with you, walk your way to the restaurant for dinner, please.
What is minute here?
Stuff like that. Where's the convenience here? Convenience.
It is.
Okay. The voucher has finished. The voucher has finished. I hope the main people got it. I hope the main people got it. So where am I? Time for host.
They have books there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Immediately after the dinner is where we're coming in.
When they are done, when they are back from dinner.
Yeah. No.
But how many were there?
So they said, the voucher can cover for 10. Yeah, if we need more people, we have to pay. That's what.
The attendants are not. They are not. How many tickets?
I'm not sure it's up to taste. Mr. Farouk just gave it to me and to share the I'm not sure it's up to taste. Yes, ma'am.
That or do we get?
I gave you all that.
Oh, I think I'm very.
No, enough.
You're the one.
So everyone asking now, we have to go back.
Oh, God, now. Please. Where's my phone? Give all the bags there.
And where are the rest now? Where is? Yeah.
Wait for my test questions. It was
Oh, now. Okay, I'll pick it from there in a second. You can go inside sometime. You can go inside for your. I kept this here. Huh? I kept this here. Okay, so for me, no problem. Sorry, finish. We need to get another waiting. I'm waiting for me to be done with this and I can do get from culture. Just few minutes, just few minutes, few minutes. It has finished. I gave from here and it has been shared. And there are people who have not gotten now. Someone just left me another post. I got I'm thinking about 3 people now. What's that? I'm not sure that the voucher Mr. Farouk gave me something. No. I can give you that. Tell it. Or you don't give it to me. What? Again. Again. I'm coming. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes, right. Yeah. Okay, so I see. All right. How many minutes for the next presentation? What's that? All right, sir. Yes, you can go in. You can go in. You can go in. I know so that you can go in. Just. You're welcome. Oh, you can go inside. So we're coming on stage by 7:45. 7:45. We're coming on stage by 7:45.
So for sure. And so we're going.
Or earlier than that.
Yeah, we're going to start.
You can just do. Is Chamaka still playing? Is Chamaka playing?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Very good. Please. Please, at least ensure that anyone asking have their documents with or whatever they want to use. You get it? Eh? No, we're going on by 7:40 or 7:45. 7:20 now, so that's like 20 minutes time. Okay. So, let me ask you. Let me ask you. No, no, no. Even like we know job because they said they think the fees for cannot come up for the number available. They were. Can I have copies? Yes, yes, definitely. Billionaire codes, which is okay, let me just two, probably two. Let's talk about this. Why the is out? Yes. No, here we talk about this. Mr. Farouk will talk about this. Where are the rest? Who is supposed to be?
So you're going to hold this
Okay, yeah, yeah.
at the back. Say when so now when
No, no, no. I won't be able to be there. Be at the back. I will help you to be controlling sound. I'll be there controlling sound.
you still at that back
Okay,
space.
you guys are using that place, I mean,
Yeah.
no problem. I'm good. I'm good. Say for the CC.
Can you fly?
The parts where comes out.
I don't want you to mess me up.
All right, by God's grace. The parts where come. The parts where listen. The parts where E is coming out where this white was. It may stay, so you have to fill in the gap. What is it?
I'm hearing.
So you just find it. Something like you want to guess what it has.
Hearing quite.
The stage where
See, come to class. See, I see this. That other.
That Him lies in you. It's a long road when you face the wall. No pictures on it for you to hold. You can find when you search within yourself, and it's all that will restore you. And then here comes along where the strength will be on, and you have to hear the sound, and you know you can survive When you're beautiful and young, Lord, you and be strong, and you finally see the that realize it. Oh, Lord, brings out to don't let want. There won't be no time you find a way. And you know you get so fine when you're beautiful, it's your look inside you will be strong, and you found the see the that realizing people like every moment and sometimes it's more, sometimes it's time for me. Someone must tell why it gets so clear when you exhale, yeah. All you gotta do is say, sometimes you laugh, sometimes you would cry, that little tears are when so high. When you got hurt, to wish you will, you got to win, but you will excel, yeah. Till she will let you know, she will let you know. Oh, you said, oh, no, hearts are always broken, words unspoken. In your soul that has to show you pray if you search for a place to know I'm a million somewhere go you can look inside yourself and you're somewhere sometimes now never tell Jackson. It's not me. When God rest, so if you will have got to wait when you will excel, yeah. Say, oh, I get no sadness. We can't go my God, I should looks like maybe and how you're with love, baby. Finally to glory, we know again something. They said I failed, I never make it, but you're still at us. Then on, still together, still going strong. You still want, I want. To what I belong to what I want for life. You still want to what I love, the only one I dream of, still what I guess. Ain't nothing there. You'll be yours again. I'm not waiting for rest. You're now all with then on, but still scared to remain strong. Still the one. I'll never find out. You said I'll find out what's precious in you. Look, you are so made like my heart, so made like my father, so made like my sister, so made like my brother. You are the only one, my everything, and you the song that sing oh my life. I bring someone like you. I think that I found you. All my life, I've been so like you. Yes, I bet you love me too. And I hope that you feel the same way too. Oh, said I promise to never fall with a stranger. You want to bring others of the door. Oh, you need love. I cherish it. I really love you all my life. I reach someone I think all my life bring someone like you. Yes, I'm that love me too. And I hope that you say what all I ever know. You smile, say no. Turn your life around, give me hope now. Oh, that I never know, you actually wanna know. Bring me up now, say, oh, that I never know, you actually wanna know. Bring me up now, yes, I that you would love me too. And I hope that you feel the same way too. Oh, oh, it's something to know you love me all, baby. Every time you come around, we have nobody ever made me feel the same. Oh, this can take my breath away. So I wanna know. Oh, me, I don't know, so right, no. Good evening once again. I'm sure we're enjoying the moments and it's quite a nice time in Spain. All right, so in the next 5 minutes, we'll be having the next presentation. And we employ that if you have to still get something in there, yes, you can still do that now. And then we want to bring your all attention for the next presentation. And outside the presentation, we have Dr. Stephen McIntyre sales speaks to us. I should. Because the message is if you still need to get something kind of feeling that this do that now and then we need everyone seated for the next presentation. Thank you so much and enjoy your moments. It's an again presentation. And that guy we wear suit with the top just and I get then hold the ticket. Thank you. Sorry, who gave you?
So like I said, I think 5 minutes time, so see how next let's wait.
Is it soft? Soft. I said on the bar, what I want you by the whole time. You said it be so, but you didn't have no pizza. Now it rests in pizza in the belly of the hills. You guys are vampires in the mirror of love, soaking on your makeup. It's that you're out of time. You said it be so, but you didn't have no pizza. Now you rest in pizza in the belly of the desert. You ever vision 41 times. You ever scream and no one heard you cry. And never die. Only so you can live. I will never be. Only so you can guide it. And the born again comes enemy. On the body line. Only so are you. What it once sheds by the other side. You said it research, but you didn't have no answer. Now you rested peace, in the belly of the beast. Make a shout, Diallo, similar to Sam Echo. Diallo, you told me the mother was a hero. Diallo, every man loves you. Diallo, I've heard into this world. You know what? You told me that I wouldn't survive either. Nights and days in the streets of very own. I'm a little feeling only strong for survive. And I'm not survive with what one should by my side. You guys are all over the world. In the middle of the night, killing innocent people and statue of his life. He said there is so, but he didn't have no reason. Now you rest in peace in the belly of the beast. I'm never being against your will to get to work out this. But not even scientists can reveal what is false is good. Let it be for Caesar. No, we want equal rights in Johnson. Diallo, similar to Stephen's baby home. Diallo, you told me not to more than what's a neighbor. Diallo, but every man knows yours. Diallo, I'm holding to his words. You know I love is truly beautiful. Not even words are you meaning either. And since you found a way, I hope you know I'm glad you go. Anywhere you take me, so makes me so big love. Follow you to the morning stars love. I'll know love is truly good to me. I'm happy I said it. Gentle love.
Yeah, man. I'm sure it's been a wonderful time. Is anybody enjoying the moment? Are you enjoying the moment? Obviously, you're enjoying the moment because some people can't even answer me because of what is inside their mouth and then all that. That's very, very good. So right about now, we will be having a presentation, a fantastic presentation, and we need all of your attention to be around this space. Is that fine? It's a presentation you want to watch and then you're going to enjoy it, I promise you that. All right, so we need all of your attention. Bring out your phone, bring out your light, whatever, just enjoy the moment, all right? Just ensure that your eyes are around the space. And then after the presentation, we move into the next thing. And of course, this one is coming from the Jesus Media. Yeah, that's not the story.
Where's in Avila? Yes, I know the narrator. Oh, the mic is not on.
Is it on?
It's okay.
Can I go now?
This is not what we confirm this to us. It's working.
No, so we don't.
It's working. It's working.
Hello. I have to see what they are doing now. Wait. The point was to go, and we shall understand late. Let me tell you a story about David. 10 years ago, David was just another young Nigerian man, full of dreams but completely broke. He lived in a tiny, stuffy room, right there in Mushin, the kind of place where the fan doesn't work, the walls sweat when it rains, and hunger was a familiar guest. Still, he believed. Every day, he sent out CVs with trembling hands, whispering prayers and sad tears over emails. Hope was all he had. Then, one day, everything changed. A call, an offer from one of the top oil companies in Nigeria. Salary, 1.2 million naira a month. And just like that, his life exploded into color. From Okada to Uber, from second-hand shoes to designer labels, from surviving to spending, and he became that guy. He never thought he could amass a lot as eventually he lost hope. It was such a sad experience he had been through, and now it seemed like the nightmare was over and he wasn't going to let this newfound light go to waste. But one thing he didn't realize was that he needed a plan. He never saved, he never invested. He thought the money would never end, and in turn, invested in women, clubbing, and Ponzi schemes until life reminded him it always does. When it was time to get married, the reality hit him hard. He couldn't even afford a proper wedding, such that he had to take a loan. Not because he wasn't working, but because he had absolutely nothing to show for it. And now he lived in abject penury with his wife. When his daughter was born and grew, she got admission into a wonderful university. Pride filled his heart, but his account balance told a completely different story. And for the first time ever, he felt truly poor, even though he had once earned millions. One day, sitting quietly at a roadside buka, his friend Chiamaka ran into him. He felt immensely excited. She did too, although disappointed, quickly swooshed in, as he remembered he had once earned far more than she did. This friend told him he had now built 2 houses, owned land in 3 states, paid school fees upfront with no stress, no panic, and just pure peace. And when David asked how, the answer was simple: I invested. That day, David realized it's not about how much you earn, it's about what you do with what you earn. And before leaving, she had even given him a token. He realized that he had chased the lifestyle, but ignored the future. He had lived for the now, but forgotten the tomorrow. And everything realized changed when he realized he had to start investing. And then slowly, quietly, he built something big, something solid, something lasting, not flashy, but real. And today, David isn't just rich, he's free because his money now works for him. And this isn't just a story, it's a mirror, a warning. And if you listen closely, an invitation. Invest today.
It is very, that's only what we need to our investment and how successful investments. This is how we're gonna.
Oh my God, this.
Yeah, this is.
And together. Exactly. Yeah, this is the show that, of course, we actually enjoy it. I'm sure you enjoy that. And now we spend most of our time, we love to listen to a chairman show after now. And then we move on. So at least know me what you learned from the later presentation. Anyone here, you want to tell me what you learned from the presentation? Anyone, tell us what you learned from the presentation. Okay, are you raising your hands? Well, tell us what's.
Sorry, someone.
Very everyone. Sometimes into to buy
Just press play and pause.
Trying to the future, part of your childhood, part of your future, like 50 years from now, 30 years from now, very likely. So we talk about investing for your child. Some people invest in themselves.
Opportunity to extend a special welcome to all the participants on the Gvest.
So that's what you do. Keep asking yourself, how much invest for myself? Keep it down. Yeah, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for everyone. Yeah, so the message is very clear anyway. The guy, he got his friend, his prayer, he invested in things that wasn't really necessary, things that not really, worthwhile. And eventually it turned out to backslide.
Get together, sit down.
And that's how the story was going eventually. So the message is that we should always, when we have the resources, it's better to invest in a large amount. And it's great that those things that can actually give us input and great result at the end of the day. So that our life will not be like, what is David?
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Sima. Like I discussed earlier, our group CEO, Mr. Rana, unfortunately is not with us, but he sent us a video message. After we also have our chairman, Dr. Steven, that also sent us a group message. So technical, can you give us a message from Mr. Rana?
Hello everyone, this is Rana Ijaz, Group CEO for GTEX Holdings. I would like to take this opportunity to extend a special welcome to all the participants on the Gvest annual dinner. This is the time of year when we get together, sit down with our valued investors. Would like to give them feedback, how far we have gone with your investments. At the same time, opportunity for us to learn from you and take your feedback for the future. Gvest is a very, very special investment platform. Your investments are safe. It is in the most liquid shape with the minimum maturity where we have return your investments periodically as per the agreed terms. And we multiply and grow your wealth within a short span of time. I think our profit rates are unheard of, are best in the market. The other feature, I'm an investment banker for 25 years experience. I have seen investors concerned, are our investments safe? Are we getting the right kind of returns? I think we offer both in Gvest Capital. It's a land-based secured structure. You are having a fractional ownership over landed property in case of fallbacks. At the same time, we're offering you best profit rates in the market. So it's another feature. It's very easy to invest. We have a seamless digital Gvest app if you can download wherever you are in the globe and start investing. And you can really multiply your wealth within a short span of time. And in the last, there's a special offer for all the investors who would like to commit today and extend small token of investments. I have a surprise for you for the extra ROIs. Reach out to Mr. Farooq, MD of Gvest Capital, for that. Thank you again for joining this wonderful evening. I wish to be with you guys physically, but I'm joining you remotely. Hope to be soon with you guys in the next Gvest dinner. God bless Nigeria. God bless GTEX family. Thank you everyone again.
Well, thank you so much for being part of this investors dinner, and I really wish I could join you guys in Lagos, Nigeria, or in Abuja. But I'm currently in London. We're planning a conference here called the Business Growth Conference. And then in August, we're also doing the one for Houston. Our sector, the real estate sector, has faced a lot in recent times. One of the reasons why I founded the Gvest digital cooperative almost 4 years now was to build a very stable fund, real estate fund that is reliable, that investors will not lose their capital, lose their return on investment. And I'm happy that, in the last 4 years, we have been able to deliver on returns on investment as well as capital. We've been facing some tough time, and I think that in the last 2023 started when, of course, inflation went through the roof because of the devaluation of the currency and the removal of subsidy. And it's become tough for the real estate sector because anything that affects the economy affects we, the developers, right? What then means is that investors who have paid for land or house begin to default. And because they default, it affects the investors into the funds. Because we put investors' money into real estate assets, and then the real estate assets are supposed to then generate returns that will pay investors. So it's been a bit tough. But I can boldly say that we have been one of the few real estate companies that have continued to do our best to communicate and to pay. And there have been some times where we have delays, and and I believe our team has communicated those delays. And I can assure you that a lot has been done to to overcome this season, because the season is practically over. It's been a tough one. And I think we currently have billions being owed by investors. And at some point, we try to push investors, say, hey, pay us what you owe. We also got pushback with people, soiling the brand's name, and many of them are not being truthful. That, okay, I'm owing this company, that's why they haven't yet allocated to me. Because everyone who has fully paid for any land or house with us have been allocated, every single one. I think the last estates that, because when we do pre-launch, we have a window before the launching. The last one is the Kuje White House. All other estates we've done that. We even go further, send document via DHL. But we're excited because the tough times are passing. I believe that in the next 3 months, things are back. The economy is getting better. And without sounding like a politician, I think the worst of that decision by the government is getting. I mean, you could see the currency stabilizing, and we're also hoping our investors begin to pay what they owe. But thank you for believing in us. Thank you for standing by us all these years. And I'm happy that we also have done our best not to disappoint you. I get testimonies, I would say, in London a few weeks back, and I was listening to testimony of some of our investors, and it just humbles me. Hearing people say, we believe in this vision, we love what you've been doing, we love what you stand for, and hearing that from investors, that is humbling. I want to say, for us, integrity is important. And as much as I'm no longer involved in the day-to-day running of GTEx, even the foundation, Mr. Farouk and other people are the one who runs it now. But I can assure you, I'm always constantly reiterating the values that made us to start this organization to them. We must communicate, we must be transparent, and we must deliver. But we also want investors to understand that these are one of the most stable investments you can ever find. Because you won't find many investment that is backed with land, and a company also that has a track record of keeping to integrity and doing what we promise. And when there's delay, we communicate the delay, and we do our best, to keep pushing on. Thank you for being part of this vision. Thank you for believing in this vision. Thank you for not giving up on this dream. And we say, from the team, will continue to do, I believe they will continue to do what they need to do. From we, the board, we will continue to push our MDs, our CEOs, and the leadership to do their best to keep to their words. And we keep promising you best delivery of services, good returns on investment, as much as we can. Love you all. Thank you. I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo. Bye-bye.
Hey, doing this and doing this in his absence.
Unfortunately, this is the first time we'll be absent in an investors dinner. And I'm quite honored to be your host for today, not Dr. Steve. Right. So before we progress to the next phase, I'll introduce my general manager, Mr. Achiboye Toye. This can we clap for him? You're very fine.
Thank you, everybody. Okay. Good evening, and thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Farouk, the MD of Gvest. So my name is Toye Ajiboye, and I'm the general manager with Gvest. And it has been an amazing journey with this amazing organization. Yes, there have been challenges, but we've actually been overcoming because we have investors like you who actually believe in our vision, in our mission, and that has been the sole purpose of me being here in Gvest. So thank you very much for everyone who showed up today. and who will invest today, and for everyone who will keep representing the brand, everyone who will keep talking good about Gvest. So we say a very, very big thank you from the depth of my heart and from the depth of the hearts of the team. But however, we have investors who have actually done businesses with us in time past, and they are currently here with us. So with your permission, I would like to call on the person of Mrs. Olubukola Rose to also share testimony of investing with Gvest, not just with Gvest. She also have other portfolios with GTEX Holdings as a company. I don't want to talk about. So, please, let's have you so that you talk about your story. So, how you got to know about the company, and how long you've known the organization. How has the journey been? What did you invest in? And just tell us your experience so far.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Rhodes, and I tried to type something out.
Sorry, can do this. Well, how long to do this?
Okay. I think I got to know Gvest in 2020, GTEX, right? And I started my journey with the purchase of 2 plots of land at Asaba, which my document was DHL to me at Lomé, Togo. I reside in Lomé. Also, I extended my involvement to include further investments in all my transactions with Gvest and GTEX. One thing has remained constant: peace of mind and confidence in the organization. Their professionalism and reliability have earned my trust, and as long as Gvest continues to deliver and GTEX continue to deliver that the same peace of mind, I intend to keep that diversified. My kids is coming to diversify with them. And that's all. So I think Dr. Stephen has been a wonderful person also. And the people here, the customer service has been outstanding, because I have a lot of people that, I've interacted with and all that. So I think everybody, if you have investment with them, you can actually have your peace of mind. And I'm not blaspheming, this is real since 2020. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can see to yourself that we have like just people have actually long businesses with us, and it only takes one who is very much satisfied to be able to come share good news about you. Believe me, if she's not satisfied, she won't be here to tell you how far she has come with the organization. That since 2020, that's like 5 years. So it's actually a long time relationship. So in Gvest, we don't just build, we are not all about the funds. We are about building a lasting relationship. Because in a single person, we actually see multiple persons doing business with us. And we are building a community of persons and also building a community of growing wealth together. Thank you once again, Ma'am. Thank you once again. So for everyone who is looking forward to doing business with us, just as I said, our core values like integrity, transparency, honesty, innovation, and excellence. That's one reason why we've been in business and we'll continue to be in business. Thank you once again. Saham, over the next.
Okay, where's the reason? Sorry.
I want to take it back. You take it back. Souvenir. All right. So I just want to recap for a couple of minutes because we had some people coming late. I heard there was traffic coming here. I hope some of you were able to get here in time. Thank you for those of you that have been here. So we've been discussing about Gvest Cooperative and how we build well through our cooperative. And all through, we've shown the track record of how we grew from zero income for one estate to 30 estates in the past 10 years. And now we envision to own, we currently own more properties in the US, how we want to build and develop in the next 10 years. But it's quite important that as we are all here today, I'd love to get some feedback, some Q&A. If anyone has any question, we answer. We could have a couple of teams that are available to attend to everyone on an individual basis. So if you're interested in a landed property, where's Mrs. BC? Yes, can you please come? So she'll be here to attend to any landed inquiries you have. If you're interested in our Dubai property, we have Ms. Bolanle. You have a question? Okay, you answer. So for our Gvest, we have Damilare, we have Fiat, we have Mr. Tonye. So they'll be going around. As soon as we're done with the Q&A, just go straight to the sales conversation and try and discuss and answer any questions you have on case by case basis, and then we close for the day. So question?
Okay, thank you. My first question is, when we invested the first, there was a compound interest, but the presentation, no compound interest? No compound interest this time around. Okay. Then secondly, I've asked Madam Bisa about this, the measurement of the land. Don't know.
So how many square meter makes your plots? Okay, that's what we need.
Okay, thank you so much. So we realized again, the compound interest, like I said, we only compound after 3 years. So the reason why people do compound interest is every year they can reinvest, but that only happens when your tenure is 1 year. So based on the calculation, realistically, if you do compound interest, we may not be able to turn over that amount every year if we liquidate. So what it means is that put 10 million. After 1 year, we can make, let's say, we are doing 30%, 13 million immediately. But based on our investments, we want to say, okay, realistically, in 3 years, we can now make,
So the best thing to do, if you are doing compound interest,
So a compound interest yearly means that someone can withdraw his capital every year. That's what it means. So it means you are investing your capital and your returns every year. That's compounded. But our model is a 3-year fixed investment. You can only withdraw your capital after 3 years. That means you can only compound when you collect your capital. Does that make sense? So you cannot do yearly compound interest if you are not collecting your capital. So that's the back end that we realized, and we clearly adjusted that.
There are many steps.
Yes. So mythically, right, a plot is a plot. A plot is a plot of square meter. Generally, there's an acceptable plot. For example, in Lagos, they do 600. In Abuja, they do 500. In Port Harcourt, they do 450. But for us, we have a customized size. Our plots are 400 square meter. All over the country, 400 square meter. In the US, a lot is a lot. A lot can be 45,000 square feet, can be 10,000 square feet. A lot is a lot. A plot is a plot. But our measurement of plots is 400 square meter because of the design we have in our estates. So our estates have green areas, they have other places that have proportion. There's also the setback between the distance. So we sell in 400 square meter per lot, per plot. If you want to own two, it will be 800. We also have some corner pieces that can have about 400 and something thereabouts. But typically how we measure, because every real estate company can measure. Some people sell 300 half plots, they sell 250. We sell all at 400 fixed, so that our layout design can meet up to what we want to do. So intentionally, we do 400 square meter. Okay, any other question? No questions. So can we have some people assigned to each table and just ask a few questions and see if they can answer any other questions? Okay. DJ, can you play something? You can just play a few videos. I will do that. Thank you. Okay. And does anyone ask any question? I'm available to attend to that now. You see me? Off camera. I'm available. Thank you.
One of my ex-colleagues advised some opportunities that they provided and how they made it. It was very simple. I didn't have to stand here. And customer service was yeah.
I just want to say that today we had an amazing time at our investor dinner with Dr. I have been very yesterday. Today we had such a great time. of investing in Nigeria. So at the end of the day, for years to come, in the future, Nigeria is going to be an ordinary service. It's great opportunity to invest now. So that by the time years after the time, the investment will be good. Today was amazing. We're having a great event on the 26th, to 27th of July. So watch this space and get more information.
My name is Sam Payne. Just finished with the highlight of those things. It was really a very good experience and very kind university. And actually, I'm embracing the community and we get a few of the and plan back people meditation and the kind of thing that we need to look at for the parents when it comes to buying properties, especially for Africa, we're not there to be able to see some of this, see something about the cost in the Lagos, and also you are kind of writing about the investment they've already made, but they think, oh, because of that we lost their investment. But Jesus Homes, what I've said is a very reputable company that even though some of those lands were lost, but he's lost a lot of money. So, the helpers of land they lost. They were also able to allocate, to their investors. So they make sure that the investors they don't lose they don't lose their allocation. So from what I've seen, and I'm looking to Stephen at the time, he's a man of integrity. He always keeps to his word. Yeah, business can be hard, but then he tries to make sure that everything is right, by the books. So I really had a better time level with other investors who meet other people, like-minded people, and also more in my advice. So I'm really grateful that I have this opportunity, to be here today. Thank you.
Giving us a mastermind on real estate. Not just in Africa, but in the US and the fire. But most importantly, we have mentioned the issue that the challenges of the new road in Vegas, where investors people that are interested in the government is taking it away from them to do roads. So what is an issue here that was in our wrong. The first way. So you have this department. They more just how about this,
Okay, they don't put some for general group, right?
Thank you about for police.
No, I did do well.
Yeah, when you talk now, then you see.
I remember when we used to say that in town. And over we're serving the think of it before there. All good friends with lives. All the way. And it's like you told you can't forget your past. I keep it inside there. No. Feeling ocean, no chance. No, holding no pride. I remember ways to say, and know that you're a drenched on. And then your cheek will be the firelight. You're going through the night. And then we will walk only one. I wish I shared with you. My way, it's my only way. So I can but your best. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright now. It's gonna be alright. Don't open, don't back. Because I know if you feel because I know if you feel like I can see some truth because I know if you know it's you because I know if you feel that's fun. It was that noise, like this and that. You wanna just fine. No excuse. Don't waste your time. For example, no, if you feel won't be out because I know if you feel like this is the truth because I know if you know that this is to you because I know if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me back, bring me back, oh yes, bring me back, bring me down, sing, bring me down, bring me down, my life's so high, bring me down, bring me down, because you feel my head, begin to Just like the sun, healthy and I was singing the song so right. Just yesterday, never run away. Till my lost in ways, when your song should you said, oh, you couldn't make a cross and all their face, you catch your coffee, and you were right in the home. Didn't tell the light, just so they fall. You brought everything with me. Say you wanna get on dreams. You take me where I've never been. You take my take out the reality. You are my life that you pay. So you wanna get true. You can want me up with me. And that's the off you got to get away. Yeah, I have to keep away. One day I'll stranded on the bay. No, it's getting out. But go and sit this far. You found it. I'll see more. They'll show. I'm fine. It's good. It's no one is better to your face, to spaces and talk to miles of space. You are better than good. It's that I love you just for the thought. You are my everything. Say you are the little tree that you take me where I've never been. You make my heart into darling and you are my everything. So you get up, my tree and you can find me everything. And that's the way I think I get to you are my everything, yes I know, yes I know. Yeah, you are my everything, I know. See, I know, see, I know. In my heart, in my soul, no one understands this today. And I know it's how it feels in my heart. Jelly, and the one that I feel. You want me out to be the one it's finished. You don't know me, but I'm saying, I'll give you all my love, body, and my money. Everything right now. Oh, everything better than you. Who's in your head? To you, sacrifice of love, given out you. You only have to give me. I'm just shouting down. This is a station. I will be no I just shut it down. And they gonna tell me, oh, they can I was so lonely, said I didn't mean to lay you down. but it's too late to turn back on. When I was thinking you were leaving, it's not too late to it's time to get into my skin. It's about the song, and I'm so excited. And talking about getting on, getting on. Oh, baby. But sounding good, I see you. Baby, so true. And you're all it's only you. And I want you, want you. I wanna be someone to get I'll dedicate to you only. Oh, see you. So there ain't no don't know. Oh, I don't want you, baby, just a little minutes will set you free. When you're with me, I feel it, yeah, I feel it coming, yeah, I feel it coming, yeah, I feel it coming. Oh, yeah, I feel it coming. I feel it going, yeah, I feel it going. Let's do this, say what I say. Just a little time, necessary friend. when you're alone, babe. I didn't want it, I
I'm sure you be a better girl, but the love you give, you broke my heart. You need I love someone. Some made us laugh, some made us sad. Feel so good to play now. All alone and been from the love is this. Oh, when I think of the someone new, all just so good. Because I'm thinking about you, baby, because I'm getting into it. These honest is all days of the year. I'm just saying, oh, no, baby. Ooh, all I wanna do is share the love with you. There's a reason I've been this way. Oh, just for you. Will I be things that you secret? Your love that changes. God be joy and pray. And it makes sense. You're not to me. Yes, it's wrong. You say, oh, sing along, all I wanna do is feel like you. Sing along. Sing along. But then, long, long, baby, you tell me,
You know that one that you've been running. Be in the moment. Nothing about me, nothing, nothing about me. Better than what you made. Be all that you go. Long, long way. Yeah. Just what you I'm not somewhere better. I need it not but I'm on my brain. But even it's not me, I know that it's when it's big enough. You can have it all you want. But I see this kind of love, sweet enough. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know where I go, you go. So it's a long, long way. Blessing come down, people fall in love. Goodness and mercy follow me every day. Walk with me without talk, but it's not everything without one. She not mention you, she not worship you. I'll be careful. Even if I don't find that, you not be left on me quiet. When time come on you, I know I'm right. In you, in you, oh, I love you. It was just a blessing to show you your happiness song and your prosperity song and blessing song you Ashima wherever we go, it's really when it's only and it's you. Looking up big, all down, attention. All together, answer the door of you. I love you. Baby, no shall be your be. I love you. Every day for just a blessing, saying, she want you want to time for you. I want you. I'm in the sun, you're a certain sound, and blessings on you. You're gonna live you. So we say, I think I will see you. I understand I can believe you. Only the door. I don't know. You don't say that. And somebody everyone baby, do you wanna see more? Only do you wanna be now? Are you coming? Yeah. Oh, can we go? You see, I may not give the world to you, but I give what I have. Oh, yeah. You say I'm ready for you. And my to there's a bless you. That's all I love. When I'm in the morning, I see you love it for me. It's like what I want to see you. We take my breath away. So that's remember, never be scared to bring you. Oh, baby, oh, lovely, I said, bring your back. Oh, baby, tell me what's love in your smile. You tell me, would you, I have to say, you tell me, would you, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, my darling. Oh, baby, angel dinner on the you cry. And it's something so together, personal action. And you moment without you, and that's how you get. Oh, baby, oh, darling, I see me in your eyes. Oh, baby, oh, darling, I see love in your smile. It's how they Gucci, yeah. It's how they Gucci, yeah. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, my darling. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Love you, baby. You make me cry. Take me somewhere. Say because I see you, but your love, I see. I will what am I to just say about? I was thinking about you. About how I really made me wonder. She loved me so. But now I am knowing. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Wait. For a long time. I don't wish you more. But that's not me. I didn't want you for. I didn't want you for. So fast, you would come. Yeah, like this, you got it. We see you got it, yeah. Intentional,